Hi, this is Natalie Rydstrom and you're watching SBR Picks. Tottenham host Sheffield on Wednesday. The obvious bet here would be to back Tottenham to win, but at 1.36, the value's pretty much gone. So what bets are worth a look at for this League Cup matchup? Sports writer and SBR contributor Kevin Stott joins us now to give us his predictions. Now, Tottenham price 1.36, the draw 5.75, Sheffield 10. Would you say this is Tottenham's game to lose?
Yeah, most definitely. This is obviously there's only 4 teams left in this tournament, and Sheffield United is from a tier lower, obviously, than the English Premier League, and they're only they only have a +2 goal difference, and they're in 7th place in the championship. So they're not. They're not a bad team. Obviously, they've played well enough to beat everyone to get here. They beat Southampton and they beat, I think, West Ham to get here. So they're decent, but it's like the party's over now. And then for the first leg to be in London at White Hart Lane, that's sort of a rude awakening for Sheffield United.
Yeah. Would you play the half-time, full-time market to sort of increase the odds here? I've got half-time, full-time Spurs, 1.95, or draw half-time, Spurs full-time.
I didn't think about that. Yeah, I would. That's actually a good marketplace for this specific game, because Tottenham, I figured they're gonna try, and the pace will be quick. They're playing a lesser opponent, and they're gonna have a decent goalkeeper. They have plenty of talented guys that can score this year. So it could be 2-0 at halftime, you know. So and I anticipate that it could be it's going to be a high-scoring first half. So and then there will be at least a goal, and you'd have to think the home team would get that goal. So yeah, that's a good piece of advice. The Spurs halftime and the Spurs full-time.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so you like the Spurs halftime, full-time there. That's priced 1.95. Another question is, how many goals are you predicting, and are they coming from both sides?
Yeah, I think I have a prediction of Tottenham 3 and Sheffield United 1. I think this is a good game to approach from the Asian handicap. Tottenham -1 is -235. It's still kind of steep. But I think you should get the money. If they win by 1, you'll push, you get your money back. So I think that's a safe approach. But in terms of the goals, yeah, I think there's going to be goals because of the pace, and basically Sheffield United has nothing to lose. They've had to play 5 separate rounds to get into this particular point, whereas Tottenham, a higher level club, only had to play 3 rounds. They beat they beat some teams that a lot of people haven't heard of, but like MK Dons isn't a bad team. They beat Southampton. They beat, I can't see the third one here, but Leyton Orient. They beat West Ham United. That's who it was. So they've beaten some decent teams. And 2-1, 1-0, 1-0. The games are somewhat low scoring and stuff. So Tottenham, the thing is, basically what you're asking is, can Sheffield United score 1 goal? Because that will push the over. Tottenham's going to get 2. That would make it 3 to go over, and that would also fulfill the both teams to score fulfillment. So I think that Sheffield United gets a goal just because of who they are or what the situation is. Tottenham's going to be, they know they're playing. It's like playing your little brother in a way, So they're going to care, but it's not going to be like they played Chelsea or North London rival Arsenal. They're going to be a little like, well, this is just Sheffield United going in. So I think that's a good handicapping advice for the over and the both teams to score here.
Yeah. The over's priced 1.7 there. The under is priced 2.25. So I think that's the bookies are really kind of suggesting there there's over 2.5 goals, priced 1.7. What's the top tip? Yeah. What's the top tip for betting this match, Karen?
This is a tough one, though. This isn't as clear as the other ones just because of what's going on. But I think just the simple thing, a lot of times when I handicap hockey or football or soccer, I think, can a team go over the total by themselves? Yeah. In this particular reality, I'm asking, can Tottenham score 3 goals? I think Tottenham might have 2 or 3 players on the field that can score 3 goals. I mean, not 9, but they could score. They have Soldado, they have Eriksson, they have Harry Kane. Those guys could get a hat trick. So I think the over would be the best pick of all the 3.
Yeah, and if you really wanted as well, you could combine the Spurs win with the over 2.5 goals there. Obviously,
exactly. And you know what? That's a good. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's good advice for this particular game, because Tottenham is going to probably win, and if it does go over, I mean, was Sheffield United going to go into White Hart Lane and outscore Tottenham with? It would be too embarrassing. I mean, they could put up 2, but what's going to happen? Listen, if Sheffield United puts up 2, Tottenham's going to feel the need to put up 5. And we know that the 7 goals would be well more than enough for the over. So this is going to be a pacey game. It should be fun to watch. I like it when teams like League One teams play big teams, because the inclination is to pull for the little guy until you bet on the big guy.
I agree. Kevin Stott, thanks for joining us today.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Natalie.
The SBR network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.